Chondro, corner where we rise and grow. Twist and turn, let the passion flow. Chondro, corner watch the future shine. Every scale a story, one of a kind.
From the shadows we move, striking out bright. In every twist we find the light. Breeding the best, gotta have patience in this game. Chondro corner where we make our name. Chondro corner, Chondro corner, Chondro corner, Chondro corner, Chondro corner, Chondro corner, Chondro corner. Chondro corner where we rise and grow. Twist and turn, let the passion flow. Chondro corner, watch the future shine. Every scale a story, one of a kind.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to episode 66 of the Chondro Corner with your boy Ro. You know, we got the main guest in the background, man of the hour, Socrates, a man that served the country for a while, is still, serving in this community. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all. But shout out to my boy Jordan Heartland Reptiles, some of the sickest enclosures in the game. Heartland and Mark Hager came up with these amazing enclosures. Make sure y'all shout out to him. Make sure y'all follow him and reach out to him if y'all need some enclosures for sure. But again, what's going on, man? It's your boy Ro. Currently I'm on baby watch right now. The wife be having the baby soon. We thought he was gonna come Sunday, but no, the doctors turned us around. So she having contractions right now. So the house is all discombobulated right now. We only have a few minutes with this amazing guest right now. So we're gonna go ahead and bring him to the stage, ladies and gentlemen. Socrates. What's going on, bro? How you feeling?
Amazing. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Doing great. I know we don't have much time with you. Thank you again for coming out to the Herp Collectors Network and sharing your experience and everything with us. So we really appreciate that.
Absolutely. Pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, no problem. So can you tell everybody like your background? What year did you join the military?
Yeah, so I joined the military when I was 18 back in 1998. Holy moly, a while ago. I just dropped my age.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. 1998. I had graduated high school and I shipped out 2 days after I graduated. I just wanted to. I wanted to go. I wanted to experience something new. What was funny is I went to MEPS. My mom, she didn't want me to go into the military. And we go to MEPS and there was some problem happened. So none of us could get shipped out. So we actually got sent back home for 3 days. So I came back home. I'm coming back home. No, she thinks I'm gone for 3 months and she sees me back home. She was like, what? She was so happy. I was like, yeah. I was like, I got to be back here for about 3 more days. But anyway, went back, finished MEPS, and then went to Paris Island. Training, basic training, boot camp was a lot of fun, a lot of games. And then SOI, which is School of Infantry. So I was 0341, which is a motormen's, which is infantry school. You go to infantry, and I ended up getting based out of Jacksonville, North Carolina. And there I became a forward observer and assault climber. So forward observer, you go ahead and you find the enemy and you're calling in artillery, you're calling in airstrikes, you're adjusting, you're giving them coordinates of how to adjust. And assault climber, climbing mountains and helping platoons or companies traversing through a river or through a mountain, all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah. So
yeah, you had a real important job. You was on it. Oh man.
Good memories. Love serving my country. I'm originally born from Cyprus, which is an island in the Mediterranean, but I am American. I fought for my country. This is the best country in the world. You have every opportunity here to become great, to be that best version of yourself. You just need to apply yourself and go all in. I don't think a lot of people understand how lucky they have it to be in the comfort of America, unless you've been overseas and you've seen these third world countries, or you've been at war and people are trying to kill you, but to see how other people are living and what they have compared to what you have. It's very, very grateful to be here, to have fought for this country and to be in this great nation. So
yeah, definitely, bro. Like a wake up call for me was when I think it was 2019 or 18. I was in Bulgaria, and people over there still riding horses in, in a carriage. I'm like, yo, y'all ain't got no cars over here. It's nothing but wagons and horses for about 50 miles. I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, listen, Afghanistan, we were going in, it was literally the homes were mud homes, clay homes.
Yeah.
And it's just, rooms there's nothing. It's not even a room. It's literally just a clay home. And that's what people live in. So blessed to be here for sure.
For sure. It's a real eye opener, man. Like, a lot of people, they don't understand, like I said, well, like you said, they don't understand how blessed they are, living here in America, and we take so many things for granted, complain about everything. I'm like, yo, we really don't have it that bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
We really don't. As
long as you have persistence, courage, action, you're able to make it,
Yeah.
So yeah, so then I ended up I got out, and I used to be afraid of snakes, and just because of my parents. When I was 6 years old, when I was living in New Jersey, I was in the back. We had like these woods, and I would always carry a bucket and going around, and I found these 2 baby snakes, and I picked them up with a stick, not knowing, because snakes, I really enjoyed the way they look, and I picked them up with sticks and I put them in the bucket. And I had them in the basement for a few days. And then my brother told my mom, and my mom, we're from Cyprus. So over there, there's a lot of venomous snakes. And my mom is deathly afraid of snakes because they can kill you, That's my son. I'm on a call. So my dad went to go pick up the bucket. They were actually copperheads. So I didn't know, and he ended up throwing him back into the forest, and they just put this thing in my mind that all snakes are evil, and everybody thinks that they're going to bite you. So that's what I had. And then in 9th grade, my friend had these 2 Colombian boa babies. When I went to his house, I'm like, oh my God, they're so cool. Can I hold one? So he puts one of the babies in my hand, and then he's like, just be careful, they're babies, they might bite. And when he said that fear came back in me from what my mom instilled when I was a kid. It wasn't that I was afraid to be around them. I was just scared to hold them. So when I got out of the military, I was like, I need to get this fear out, because I really love the way they look. So I went to the pet store, and it was in North Carolina. It was in Jacksonville, North Carolina. And I said, I got to get this fear out. So they're like, perfect. We're just going to have a snake bite you. And I was like, what? So they got this corn snake, and they had the snake bite me. And I was like, that's it? They said, that's it. I was like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to buy it. So I bought that corn snake, and that was kind of how I got introduced into the hobby. And from there, I went really big into venomous cobras, vipers, gaboons, rhinoceros pit vipers. I was super big into the venomous, especially vipers, like eyelash pit vipers, all sand vipers, all kinds of vipers. And now that I have kids, it's a little bit more dangerous. So I don't have any more venomous snakes now. I'm just strictly green tree pythons, a couple of bowlings.
Yeah. So back to the military talk. Like, what made you want to join the military?
So I mean, my dad actually fought in Cyprus in 1974. Turkey invaded Cyprus. Cyprus is a very small island, and there was an army truck that was passing by his neighborhood, and he literally just jumped in the Jeep, and he went to fight for his country when he was 16. in Cyprus. So it was just something about the military that drew me to it. And when I was in ninth grade, I was doing ROTC, Naval ROTC, and the instructor was Major Messier. He was a Cobra pilot in the Marines. He fought in Vietnam, and I just wanted to go into the Marine Corps, and I wanted to serve my country.
Nice. So I was in the Navy, JROTC, in high school as well.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to go in the Marines, and they turned me down because my tattoo, you know, like I was skinny. Oh no, it's this little tattoo right here. So I was real skinny. When you put the shirt on, you could see the tattoo. So they didn't allow it. So they turned me down. So then I went to the Army.
They're not that strict anymore with tattoos, right? Or they still?
No, they're not that.
Wow.
No, okay. No, not no more.
Yeah.
So my sister, she was able to go into the Marines. She at year 14 years in right now. My little brother, he's in the Marines as well. He at was it Camp Jackson? That's where you said you was at, right? Was it?
I was in Camp Lejeune.
Camp Lejeune,
Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's where he at right now.
Okay.
So that's where my little brother at right now. He got 5 years in. He got 5 years in. So I got 13 coming up in April, and then my little sister, she's deployed right now. She's over. I can't even say, but yeah, she deployed right now. So she's in the Air Force.
Okay.
So, yeah,
well, I appreciate you and your brothers and sisters and for your service. It's you know, it's people like you, like us that serve this country that we can give the freedom for everyone else.
Yeah, definitely a different breed. Like, how did you transition out from the military to the civilian life? Was it difficult, you know, mentally?
You know, I think the first year or two coming back, it was a little bit of PTSD. That was, you know, my eyes were twitching. There's obviously flashbacks, but just, you know, a lot of reading and a lot of self-work, a lot of writing, a lot of asking myself questions like, you know, why do I feel this way? Why are these emotions coming up? Just doing that inner work, I was able to figure out, and a big part is the snakes too. The snakes definitely helped me, especially the venomous snakes, because when you're dealing with cobras and vipers, you're very, very present in the moment, and it doesn't matter what's going on. You are able to just be right there, fully present, fully alive. You're not thinking about anything else. And that really helped me out. The animals really helped me out.
That's good. So it was like a little therapy, honestly. You know, that was your therapy.
Yeah,
you know,
still are. I mean, to walk into my snake room and look at these beautiful reptiles is a dream. I used to envision it when I was younger, something like this, and now it's actually a reality.
Definitely. Same with me, you know, coming home from yelling at soldiers all day, and I could just go in my come in the snake room and just relax. You know, it's therapeutic to clean them and watch them, you know, drink from a fresh bowl of water and all that stuff. You know, it seems so little, but it's amazing to me, you know.
Yeah. Can you give me a second? Let me shut this door. Can you hear the background?
Yeah, for sure.
2 seconds.
What's going on, chat? Thank y'all for being here. I know some of y'all couldn't make it because y'all still at work, but thank y'all. Replay game. Make sure y'all tap that like button, share it out, you know, subscribe.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I appreciate you doing it early. I know your normal time is like around 9, I think you said.
Yeah, that's fine, man, bro. Yeah. I'm here for y'all. I'm gonna say, you know, I'm here for y'all to get the knowledge. You know, everyone that I bring onto the platform, I study them and, you know, try to get some kind of thought of where they come from and all that stuff before I even asked them on. You
Yeah.
know, I knew you was in the military. I knew you had amazing animals, and everybody speak, so highly of you. I just wanted to meet you myself, and I'm pretty sure that you're a great staple in the community.
Yeah, beautiful. No, I appreciate it. Yeah, we go to bed at like 8:45, so
Nice.
it's you're going to bed so you can show up as that best version of you tomorrow. So you got to make those sacrifices. It's about that, that delayed gratification instead of watching TV or things like that, and knowing about your circadian rhythm, how your body operates. It's maybe 60, 70 years ago when we started having the lights and the television, and it's disturbing our circadian rhythm. Before, when there was no TV, it's getting light, it's getting dark, you're going to bed, right? And now we're up until 11, 12 o'clock and just messes up your circadian rhythm. And not to get off subject, but if you're alive in the next 5 years, you have the ability to live to your 150 years old. But it's up to you on your lifestyle changes, on how you're eating. Are you eating all this processed food? Are you moving your body? Are you, taking the right supplements? Obviously, with AI and there's other things that you're able to add, you have the ability to live to your 150. But it's up to you, and it's the choices that you make. And most people want that comfort. They want the comfort things, the comfort foods, or just hanging out instead of moving their body, eating right, breathing right, sleeping right. So that's something that I believe in, and that's something that I try to educate to everyone. I'm sure you're familiar with MJ from Trap Talks.
Yeah.
He's like my brother. He's actually the one that kind of brought me into the community when we met back in like 2018. But one of the biggest, we're starting the show where we're talking about mental toughness, and also, as men, we struggle with things. So how can we become that better version of ourselves? And one of the toughest things is the times, because a lot of times everything is happening so late where it doesn't matter. For me, this is my time. That I don't care. I'm not partying. I'm not doing this. I know what my future is, and I know where I'm trying to go and what I'm trying to do. So I say no to things. You understand that they're not going to serve me.
Yeah,
So,
I definitely understand that. I think I'm day like 48 right now, sober.
oh wow!
Stop
Congrats.
drinking. Yeah, stop drinking alcohol completely. Just it just don't serve me. Like, I don't have an appetite for it no more. That's not me anymore.
Yeah, I quit alcohol a long time ago. It's one of the, and I'm not saying don't drink alcohol. You do what you feel is best right for you, but it is one of the worst things that can disturb your whole body, your HRV, the way you sleep, the way you recover. It inflammates your whole body. There's and a lot of times we're drinking it to numb ourselves. And I used to drink, and I'm drinking to maybe numb the pain or numb the memories, or maybe I'm not happy with where I'm at the moment. So I'm drinking. I don't know if you know Dr. Joe Dispenza, but he talks about your personal reality. This is your personal reality. This is the person you are. This is where you work. This is where you live. These are your relationships, the people that you're around with. And if you don't like your personal reality, the only way to change your personal reality is by changing your personality.
I definitely understand that.
Personality is how you think, how you act, and how you feel. How you think, how you act, and how you feel is your personality. So you need to change you. And when you change your inner self, your inner world, your outer world changes, and now you see things differently.
Changing your mindset as well. You got to change everything.
Yeah,
just not one thing. So it's a work in progress, because I have some goals that I want to reach this year, as far as getting promoted. E7, or going to it's a very difficult school in the military, SEER school. I'm not sure if you heard about it or
no,
not.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, going to SEER. I got SEER school in June.
All right.
So I'm trying to get ready for that as well. And I need my mind to be clear.
Yeah,
I need to be full of high vibrations, not negativity.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about that identity, you know.
Hmm.
It's your identity, and how do you become that better version? It's by doing the things you say you're going to do. And the things you say you're going to do are your standards. They're your habits that you do every day. What are your habits that you're doing every day? That's your identity. If your habits are waking up and going on the phone first thing in the morning and turning on the TV, that's your identity. If your habits are waking up, writing your goals, because if you don't have goals, then how do you know if you're moving in the right direction, right?
Right.
And you can have goals, but if you're not taking action towards those goals, then you're not going to reach those goals. Then it's just a dream. It's just a goal written down. So
Yeah.
do you know your goals? Do you know where you want to be in 2 years, in 5 years, in 10 years? Are you taking the right steps? Every day. So like you said, you know you want to get promoted to E7. You're going to SEER school. You have goals that you're trying to achieve. So how do I become that version of myself that
Hmm.
I'm not yet? Right. And that becomes your identity, because now you're doing all these different habits. Like you said, not drinking. That's that new version of you. And then
Yeah.
you're doing it when no one is watching. Because I always tell my son, you know, be your word, integrity, right?
Hmm.
Being, that being your word, being impeccable with your word means I do the right thing, especially when no one is watching, because someone is always watching, and that someone is you. So if you're like, I'm not gonna eat that cake at night, but then I eat that cake and nobody saw it. Well, you saw it. So when
Right.
when things get tough, you're not gonna believe in yourself because you say you do one thing, but then you did another thing.
Hmm.
It all starts with
Right.
that self integrity and that identity of who you're trying to become and who you're being.
Right. Did you deal with, a lot of discipline, well, self-discipline in the military? Trying to get your mind right, PTSD, anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I always had self discipline, but I definitely a lot of self discipline came back in 2020 when my whole family got COVID, and it wasn't so much the COVID; it was the medication they put us on. And when I got off the medication, then I had anxiety like when I had first gone out of the military, but 10 times worse. And I had that self-talk, that self-doubt. We have about 80,000 thoughts a day, and 90% of those thoughts are all lies and all bullshit. And we repeat about 90% of those thoughts. They're on repeat. So once you become aware of the thoughts in your mind, right?
Hmm.
You start asking yourself these questions like, why am I thinking this way? And you start rewiring the script, and you start having a different dialogue with yourself, because we all have that part X in our mind that's going to talk negatively. So just imagine pulling this person in your mind, this ego, out, and having them be your best friend that's following you around every day. Imagine your best friend and he's always talking negative to you. Like, do you want this person next to you? No.
Right. No.
Start asking different questions, so you're able to come up with different answers and start having different habits to change the way you're actually thinking. And it's all possible. It's just about doing the work.
Understood. Yeah, man.
But
Like,
yeah, but with COVID, I had a big breakdown, and that's when I started really investing in myself and personal development, and started reading and started writing and started journaling even like crazy. And in that 1 year after, when I invested so much in myself, I got mentors and coaches and reading so much. I gained 10 years. I gained what took me 1 year, took me 10 years to do. I did in 1 year when I started investing in me and in my
mhm,
personal development and understanding that.
okay. So I know you're heavy into, meditation and everything like that. So what's a good beginner book for, you know, self-discipline and all that stuff, self-care?
Man, there's so many good books. I think, you know what? I'll go a little bit off topic, but I think a book that's going to motivate you, which I think everyone, even though it's about discipline, because you could be motivated from a podcast, you could be motivated from a book, You could be motivated from a message, but motivation fades. It's about discipline. It's about showing up every day, being consistent, right? And it's not about it's about showing up, never perfectly, but just more and more consistently. No one's perfect. You might have one perfect day, but then you stop. No, it's just about showing up. Even if today your best was at 50%, you showed up, and it's about that compounding interest over time, and that's what's gonna shoot you through the moon when times get tough. You can feel great. You could do all these things when you're at the top of the world, but it counts when you don't feel like it. When I don't feel like it, that's when you're supposed to do it. When you don't feel it. So a great book that I love is called The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone.
I
don't know if
everybody write that down. Everybody.
I don't know if you've heard of Grant Cardone, but he's that, you want to talk about, he's the one that taught me about financial literacy. You need to make sure you understand about finances and about money and how money works, and money is currency, and you're supposed to spend it, right? But how you spend it the right way, and then what are you saving? You're supposed to be paying yourself first always, because if you don't pay yourself first and you're paying your bills and you're paying the taxes, then how are you going to ever start moving forward, right? And it took me a while to understand that concept. No matter what, I don't care if you give me $1, I'm going to take 20 cents out of there and I'm going to invest it in myself, stack it away for a business or for something that's going to give me passive income, because that's true freedom once you have passive income. And it's not about a jackpot. It's just over the years, you have these little wins. You might have $100 coming from here, $200 coming from here, $300 coming from here, $200 from maybe $1,000 from here. All of a sudden now your passive income, you're making $10,000 or $15,000, and you're not physically working. You're not trading your time for money. There's two types of people at work. You have people at work and you have money at work. So you're trading your time for money, and you have your money working for you. So you want to have your money working for you. Obviously, you need to trade your time for money first to get to the point where your passive income is making you. So what I teach my kids: invest your earned income and spend your passive income, and that's how you create financial freedom. But yeah, and I would say another one that would that's more spiritual is The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer.
I heard of that one.
Very, very good book. And then one of my favorite books, which is very short read, it's called The Four Agreements. I don't know if you heard of the Four Agreements.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Also very good book spiritually, but again, talking about being impeccable with your word, not taking things personally, right? And just always doing your best. So yeah, I'd recommend those books.
Okay. So when you first came into the Chondro game, what could you get your hands on, or like who were you calling?
Yeah, so the first Chondro I got was, I don't even remember what year it was, maybe 2003, I believe. I was in South Carolina at a super show. Man, these super shows, they don't have super shows like back in the day. There was these super shows that you walk in, venomous snakes, you just buy whatever you want, all these different vendors. But I got my first Chondro from Ben Siegel. I don't know if you heard of Ben Siegel.
No.
Yeah, so he's just he got arrested, I think. I'm not sure, all that stuff, but he had this Jayapura, this red Jayapura that he produced. He had a bunch of Chondros there. I think I bought it for like $600. That was my first Chondro. And that's what started everything. But back then I had white lip pythons, Burmese pythons, reticulated pythons. I had Brazilian boas. I had Argentinian boas. There were so many snakes, so many different species. You know how we all do when we first get in the game.
Right.
Yeah. Didn't have any ball pythons. I got my first ball python for my daughter back in 2016, I think. So yeah.
So at what time did you start buying Chondros for like projects and breeding?
Well, so I had bought that one. I bought a couple more. I had my first successful clutch in 2006, I believe, was my first clutch. I had no idea what I was doing. Did it. It was all she incubated them herself, and I was feeding her water every morning. I was dropping little water on her body, um, and I think it was like day 51. They all hatched out. So I had 22 yellow and red chondro babies. I had them all in little deli cups. So that was my first clutch. And then in 2009,
was it maternal incubation or?
yeah, maternal. She's the one. Yeah, yeah,
Oh man. Oh,
yeah,
you just went straight forward. You
yeah.
okay?
I had no idea what an incubator was at the
Okay.
time. So, but then in 2009, or it was eight, I think it was 2008, when the financial collapse, I lost all my money, lost my job, lost my car. My car got repoed, everything. My house was getting foreclosed on. So I had to, whatever snakes I had, it was just a couple chondros that I had left. And I ended up having to sell them at the time. And so I got out of the hobby until 2016 when I bought my daughter. I worked hard and rebuilt after I lost everything, and went to the pet store and ended up getting my daughter a corn snake. And I was like, man, this is what I'm missing. And then from there, I was like, all right, where's these green tree pythons? So it was
Come on, bring them on. It's time again.
Yeah, it was. I think it was end of 2015 is when I started buying Chondros again. So I got back in the game in 2015.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was you looking for at that time?
I was just trying to look for beautiful snakes, beautiful chondros. It wasn't so much about bloodlines; it was just what caught my eye. Yeah.
And what caught your eye? Was it like the black and blues or the yellows?
I really love the Kofiaus.
Okay. Yeah.
So the high yellow. So that's what I was going for, and then I ended up picking up a couple animals from David D, the high blues, and Optimus Prime, which is a insanity male. He's just crazy looking, and over the years, I was able to start producing my own snakes and kind of like my own lines, and now everything is the chondro game is a long play. It's not something that you're just gonna, if you're coming in for money, you're not just gonna come in for money. You have to do it because you love it, especially when times get hard. It will. You're gonna have, why are you in it is
right.
The biggest thing. And if you take your time and you do it right, you buy babies and you raise them up. I have a good friend of mine, Mike, who lives like 40 minutes from me, and he got into the chondro game and he listened to me. He bought babies, he raised them up, and now after 4 or 5 years, now he's got all these females that he raised all from babies, and now he's gonna have amazing clutches and amazing years because he did it all the right way, and he wasn't just trying to go buy an animal and that's an adult and try to breed it. Then you have the nidovirus, and then you have viruses and diseases that you can bring in from adults and all that stuff. So yeah,
definitely understand that. So how did your military skills translate into the reptile, I guess, the reptile world?
Yeah, I think with military, it's all about discipline, and that's that's in reptiles, that's in business, that's in your professional life, that's in your personal life. It's all about the discipline that you have, and the military teaches you about discipline and how to show up every day and just do the things you say you're going to do. And I provide the highest care for my animals, and there's days when I don't feel like cleaning, but I do it anyway. There's days when something else that needs to be done, you do it anyways because you are disciplined and you are your word, and you're just about consistency. You
gotta show up. These are living animals, just like no game system or nothing like that. They're living animals.
Yeah, but that's how you have to be with everything in your life. You have to show up. If you want to be successful, if you want to make it, you got to show up, show for yourself every day.
Okay. So, bring us to, do you food cycle?
I don't food cycle. I feed my males once every 4 weeks, sometimes 5 weeks, and my
Mm-hmm.
females once every 3, 4 weeks. I don't really. I feed a little bit larger. And these are adults, not babies.
Yeah.
I do a lot of intermittent fasting, and I do 3-day fast and 5-day fast. I go back to how we were as cavemen, or how our bodies are meant to be, and we're not meant to be home eating every day 24 hours. We didn't have a refrigerator back in the day where you can just open your fridge at 9 o'clock in the morning, at 9 o'clock at night, and just eat whatever you want. So, and fasting is really great for you. It kills cancer cells. It cleanses out your body. You shouldn't be eating 3 hours before bed anyway, because if you're eating 3 hours before bed, you go into bed and your body is not resting and digesting. It's working to break down that food. So you're not recovering, because you have all this food in your body that you're laying down, and your body's trying to work to break it down. So I kind of treat my animals the same way. It's never, and plus I'm busy, but it was usually once every 4 weeks is when I feed. And my males, they get a small meal. They don't even get a big meal, because you want them to be savages, because they want to hunt, and they want to go for those females when it's breeding time. And then for temperatures, again, I try to mimic the wild. And daytime hot spot is like 84, 85. Cool spot is like 78. At nighttime, it drops down to like 77, 78 in the cool side, and it's like 68 on the cold side. And this is also for babies too. As soon as they come out of the egg in the incubator, I keep them in the incubator until they shut out, and I drop a degree until it gets to like 84 degrees. And then at nighttime, I'll drop down to 80. So it's 84 during the day, 80 at night. When they go in their tubs, it's 84, 85 on the hot side during the day. At nighttime, I'll drop down to 78. And then on the cool side, it could be, whatever it is. This is the way I do it. There's many ways to do it. There's no wrong way. There's your way. So what way do you feel like works best for you? You got to try it out. For me, I try to mimic the wild, right? In the wild, they're not going to have a temperature of 87 degrees 24 hours a day, or 84 degrees 24 hours a day. That doesn't work that way. There's day and there's night. There's temperature drops. They're down on the floor where it's even colder at nighttime, right? So this is just the way I think, and I've just been successful in doing it that way.
Sure. Who's some of the dudes that like you look towards to for information?
So for information, James Updell. I don't know if you know James Updell.
Yeah, I had James on. I think it was 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah. So he, I used to talk to him. Whenever there was but again, at the end of the day, it's you are the one that's responsible, and there's really you take action if there's something that's happening, and then you go back and you can ask some people. But definitely James is the person that I go to, and also MJ. I worked a lot with MJ. He had a lot of failures in the beginning. But the one thing that I can say about him is he is relentless, and he had a vision from the beginning with the Chondros and like his podcast that he's doing, and he went all in, and he had a plan of how transition from the ball pythons into his passion, which was the green trees. And through the failures, he's learned, and it's through failures is where you learn, right? I had failures. I've killed snakes. I've made mistakes, but I've also saved snakes from
The failures that you had, the issue.
That's how you learn. But to have some, you don't want to be asking advice from 10 different people, because they're going to tell you 10 different things. So have one or two people that you talk to, and then that's how you do it. So for the green trees, it was James Updell and a lot with MJ, and then Amazon Basins, Ed Marino, and Alan, very good friends of mine that I would talk to back and forth about basins. But I ended up getting rid of my basins, just focusing on the green trees now and the Bolins.
For sure.
Yeah.
When are you going to be ready to breed the Bolins?
The Bolins, so I'm probably in about another year. I'm going to try.
Okay.
Yeah, they're very much. They're definitely like our pets. So it's kind of hard because they hang out with us. Legit, if we're on the couch, they're out on the couch with us. They're so smart. They're so intelligent. They talk. They blow their nose. The kids love them. They're very, very highly intelligent animals. So I definitely don't want to lose them.
I definitely understand that.
Yeah, but we're definitely going to try to breed them.
Okay, nice. All right, so bring us to ovulation.
Okay.
So what's your procedure on after the ovulation?
Yeah, well, again, I keep the male in there until the female ovulates, and usually, you'll know she'll ovulate once the female refuses. I know that 3 to 4 weeks later, usually about 4 weeks later, ovulation is going to come. And I've noticed that with pretty much all my females that, all right, she refused, 4 weeks later, she's ovulating. Once she ovulates, I usually do a countdown of 50 days and just wait for the shed. Once the shed comes out, depending on what day it is, I'll wait a week or so, and then I'll add the egg box, the lay box in there. And they're going to go, and it just depends on the female. Sometimes I'll remove the perch. Sometimes I'll take the female and I'll put her in a rack because it's safer that way, right? Just depending on how close it is. So maybe if it's day 45, I'll just take the female out, because if I see her restless coming in and out of the egg box, I'll just put her in a tub, so there's no room for error. Because I've had a female in the egg box, and then I wake up at 4 a.m, go check, and she's on the perch dropping eggs. And I'm like, you were just in the box. Why did you come on the perch?
Right.
Yeah. So had that before. So you just learn, and your females, and you can watch how they move and what they're doing, and you just trust your instinct, trust your gut, right? And also the animals know what they're doing as well.
Definitely. What kind of containers do you use for the incubator, or do you still do maternal incubation?
No, the first one was maternal. After that, I do it's all incubators. Everything in my room is with sea serpents, with Chris. I don't know if you heard of sea serpents.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he's done all my cages are all custom. All my incubators are through him. My hatchling racks, everything's through Chris from Sea Serpents. So shout out to Sea Serpents and Chris. Amazing guy. I don't know if you've talked to him or met him, but
I think I met him at one of these big, probably NARBC.
Okay,
something like that. Because I know I have a rack, a Sea Serpents rack here. So
yeah. So everything is done through his company. Yeah. And then the boxes are sim
containers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I put
do you do water at the bottom, or
I don't do water? I do the beads, the little beads,
the Orbeez.
The Orbeez, yeah. I've been using Orbeez since 2018. So it's a game. You don't need to worry about splashing water or anything. It's 100% humidity. it just works like magic. There's really, for me, there's no other option. So I incubate them at 87. Usually on day 40, I'll start opening up air holes, and I'll start dropping 0.1 degrees. So on day 45, it's at 65.5, and usually the eggs will hatch on day 50 to 52, depending.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you cut, or you wait for the first one to peel?
I wait for the first one. Yeah. Unless if it's day 52 and they're not coming out, I would probably cut. Yeah. And when I cut, the other thing is that I don't separate the eggs. I wait for the female. I let the female lay, and I wait about an hour or two after she's done, so the eggs harden up. So all I do is pull the female off, and I take the whole stack of eggs and I just lay them. I don't move the eggs. I'm not candling them. I just take the whole stack and lay it. The way they were laid is the way they should be. And if I cut, I'm not pulling anything. I'm just doing a little cut just in case if they need to get out, they have that opening. They'll be able to find that opening. So I'm not cutting a big hole. I'm not moving the egg. If they're in a pile, I'm just doing little slits in the pile, and I just leave them be.
Yeah. I think that's one of the biggest mistakes with eggs, going bad, getting mold or anything. Some people, they don't let the eggs fully calcify.
Yeah.
And, you putting a soft egg into a moist box,
yeah,
which doesn't, it don't go well together. Some people don't think like that, but just let them sit out for an hour or two, let them fully calcify, and then put them in.
Yep. Like I said, I don't pull them off. I leave them the way they are. I just take the whole clump and just put it in the sim, and that's it. And I wouldn't even open the door to the incubator until day 35. There's no need to, unless, like you say, you're putting in an egg that hasn't calcified yet, and now you have mold, and now you have to go back in there. But you want that sim container to be sealed tight at 100% humidity. And you don't want change in the temperature. You want that temperature to be so steady. That's what's going to make the grow the right way inside. Yeah. And then by day 45, I have all 6 air holes open, and it's at 86.5. And usually they're hatching out between day 50 and 52.
Okay. Gotcha. So we're going to go, a little bit back to the military stuff. What military advice would you give younger listeners?
What military advice? I would just say military advice would be just trust your gut, trust your instinct, and just always do the right thing. And I don't think you're going to go wrong.
Yeah. Definitely.
America definitely needs people like you. Make sure you're going in there for yourself and not for anyone else, and because of your beliefs. And you're gonna have. I had the best time. It's to be able to go and train and see the world, and also serve my country in actual war. Some people used to be in the military for 20 years and they don't even see action, and then you get to actually see action and serve your country. It's a big honor. So we're protecting America.
So what's one of your best memories from the military?
Best memories, man. I mean, for me, it's definitely the traveling, just seeing all the different countries, meeting all different types of people. Definitely young, so you do a lot of stupid, fun things.
Just dumb stuff. You're like, why did you do that? I don't know. Me and my friends thought it was just a good idea.
We've definitely, you definitely can get into a lot of trouble. But I think for me, the best experiences was traveling and seeing the world, and also how much other countries respected us when we pull into port and we'd go out. Um, I remember pulling into Malta, and we went into Malta, and it's just everyone was just screaming and like,
Amazed, yeah.
yeah, and we're there. We're spending money. We're supporting their country and people there. It's definitely a great honor.
Definitely. Well, before the episode, and let's go over these photos that you sent earlier.
Yeah.
And what's the lineage behind this one?
Yeah, so this one is produced by Ocean, which is a pure Cyclops from Bushmasters. And then the male that I used was one of Dave D's snakes. His name is Chaos.
Shout out to Dave D.
Yeah, Dave D's his collection is.
Yeah. I had him on last year. Probably get him on again this year.
Yeah.
Very, very knowledgeable dude.
Yeah. I'm not the biggest knowledgeable with the lineages. I mean, I have all the lineages, but yeah, this is all deep blue. This is Snowflake and Lucy. So there's a lot of blue blood in here. I mean, this animal, you can't see it because there's no light, but this animal is pretty much blue. So this is one of the babies I produced. This one is from a male that I produced called Lime, and I produced him with Optimus Prime and Ocean. So Optimus Prime is an insanity male, and Ocean is the pure Cyclops. And so the sire was Lime, which I produced, and the dam was one of Dave D's female that I bought from him. So clutch mates to Chaos. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Got the flowers, got the melanism, along with the green.
Yeah. And it's it's almost like a lime green in there. It's a different type of green as well.
Was this a red or yellow Neo?
No, these are reds.
All these reds? Nice.
Yeah, all of these are reds. Yeah. I should have sent you a yellow Neo too. Yeah.
Oh, this thing is
yeah. So this is Halloween, and I produced him with Optimus Prime, which is the Insanity male from man, what was the guy's name? Sandro Paninto, I believe. Anyway, he created the Insanity line. So this goes back to Aqua Boy 6 and some Calico blood in there. But anyway, that's Optimus Prime, and that was the sire. And then the dam was she was a female that I picked up from James Opdell, which was what was she? She was let me see, I'll tell you right now. Hold on.
Big old dog. Hey, James is a trip.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Sky Topaz. It was a Sky Topaz times Biak male. So I had that female. She was I called her Fluttershy. She turned completely blue, but she gave me some crazy. Like all the clutch mates to him, all look totally. Every single one is different. It's crazy.
Nice. Then we got, last but not least.
Yeah, this is COVID because I produced him during COVID. So this is a high yellow. This was produced by Anaru Biak Bushmasters and with Rogue. Rogue was a snake that, what was it, Patrick? Something Patrick, he produced Rogue, so he was a high yellow male that I used for this one. I'm big into high yellow, so Seth Patrick is the one that produced Rogue, the sire to this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What did they say? Yes.
Oh, look, I see Chuck there. Shout out to Chuck. Yeah. Great, amazing. Love Chuck. Yeah, Starscream is a pure Maniquari male, and he is definitely absolutely insane pure locality male. Yeah,
definitely. Well, we're coming up on our hour. Well, we short on time anyways because we're trying to keep you disciplined. We're trying to keep you that. But again, thank you for your time, Sock. Anything, just reach out to us if you need anything. Where can people follow you?
Yeah, so they deleted all my socials, but it's all good. I started a new one. It's just my first and last name, Socrates Christoforou. I also have on YouTube, My Philosophy with Socrates. We do morning affirmations with my kids, post some snakes on there as well. And then again, I'm doing the mindset and podcast with MJ. So you guys can check that out as well on Trap Talks. And I'm definitely grateful for you having me here, especially being in the military. And
appreciate you. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, episode 66 here with Socrates. I'm gonna put you in the background real quick. I'm finna say goodbye to the chat and just hang on real quick.
All right, beautiful.
All right. What's going on, y'all? Hey, I know it's a short episode, but we was on a little time crunch. We covered a lot of stuff. We most likely gonna have a part 2 so we can go in depth because we didn't really go in depth with this episode. But thank y'all for coming out. Thank y'all for showing up. Love everybody. Make sure y'all hit up y'all family, call them, your mama, your auntie, whoever you love, call them, make sure that they're good. And that's it, man. That is it. Hey, shout out to Tom for the super chat. Hey, appreciate that, bro. Really appreciate that, man. Really do. No problem. Thank y'all, man. Really appreciate y'all coming through. But until then, next time, I'll see y'all later, man.
Chondro, corner where we rise and grow. Twist and turn, let the passion flow. Chondro, corner watch the future shine. Every scale a story, one of a kind.
From the shadows we move, striking out bright. In every twist we find the light. Breeding the best, gotta have patience in this game. Chondro corner where we make our name. Chondro corner, Chondro corner, Chondro corner, Chondro corner, Chondro corner, Chondro corner, Chondro corner. Chondro corner where we rise and grow.